G'day comrade subscribers. So let's have a look at the Matra Alice. I finally got the replacement CPUs. So I got a pair of 6803s and a 68008, 68008 that's used in the Sinclair QL. So I got, just to make it a little bit more worthwhile, so I'll pull out this Thomson 6803 and put in this Motorola 6803 and see if that fixes our keyboard issue with the port 1, half the port not working. Mr. Walkman did make a good point. He said, well, it could also be a ROM issue. The ROM's not commanding the CPU to pulse those ports, which is fair enough. But that sounds harder to fix, so we'll just try replacing the CPU. So we'll get out a trusty old engineer SS03 solder sucker, and so I'll probably reflow the solder first, add some fresh solder, and then just go through and blah 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 blah. So I'm just wondering whether I don't know whether there's enough space in the case with the keyboard to fit an IC socket, but we'll give it a test anyway before we solder anything in. So let's give it a go. Oh, okay, so the original chip is out. I've got it in a socket, and it does look like it should be okay with the keyboard going back on. So that's what I'll do. We'll stick it in a socket. Okay, we should be ready to go with the new CPU. Plug the keyboard back in, see if that makes any difference. If it does, if it is working finally, then we can try finally also the RAM upgrade thanks to PCBWAY. Hopefully. Alright, I'm going to go get the RGB cable. Okay, here we go. Power on there, power on the side. This is always the problem with this RGB. Always need to fiddle with the variable capacitor, or is it a resistor? I'm not sure. Always need to fiddle with it to get it stable image. Like so. It's a bit annoying, although, you know, to be fair, I've got it connected to a GBS 8200, which is then converting to VGA, going to a VGA to HDMI converter, which is then going to a USB to HDMI. Alright, so that's stable. So that's the only problem, so I'm going to have to... Whatever, we'll worry about that later. Okay, now, moment of... Oh, yes, yes, yes. Haha! I fixed it! Yay! I fixed it. It's now working. Excellent. Alright, so that's fixed the problem. So what I wanted the keyboard to work for was so that I could do I need to read the instructions to see how to get these is it Control Shift to get, oh, there we go. Now to print the current memory, is it print high mem or is it just print mem? What's print mem do? There we go. So we've got just under 4K. So thanks to PCBWAY, I've got to go get the PC board. I'm going to try to upgrade the inbuilt 4K of internal RAM to 8K of internal RAM. Now the way I'm doing it was designed for the MC-10, which is slightly different because it's got some bodge work here. So I'm going to have to do some study. But yes, so that's working. Excellent. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. So, all right, stop recording. And yeah, I'll need to desolder the RAM now. Right, I've had a thought. Before I pull anything out, we should also try, just double check what it says with the 16K RAM expansion. And let me just start recording. And we can also quickly check. So we've got 3,000, just over 3,000 bytes. We can also quickly check the actual usable memory by dimensioning an array. Now I've had a bit of a fiddle, and 613 integers is about the limit. So if we do another print mem, we've got 65 bytes free. So that's based on the internal RAM there. Let me make a note of that. Now I'll power off and try the expansion here. Just stop recording there. Okay, we've got the 16K RAM expansion installed. Let's start recording. Now, let's print mem. And we've got just under 20,000 bytes. So now, I think I've done this before. So I think we can dimension an integer array. I think 3890. Whoops. All right. I got to do back. There we go. I'm pressing Control Shift. What was it? 3890. Okay. Now how much memory have we got left? Or is it just Control? Oh, it's just Control. There we go. I've just doubled my productivity. Okay, so we've got 64. So it's roughly the same. So with 20K, we can do 3,890. Oh, 3,890, right. Okay. So let's stop that there. Okay. Let's just power that off. Now, what we want to do, I need to go get my board. So, I'm working off a fellow Daniel's investigations and designs, but his is based on the MC-10, which is a bit different because it's got a bodge here. So this is the MC-10 CPU here, and we've got a bodge there, just an additional gate basically, and then we've got the 2 RAM there. So we need to obviously remove the RAM, put the 8K RAM in, and also modify this bodge. The problem is we don't have that on the on the Matra. Well, we don't have it on this one. It is on the schematic. As you can see, I have kind of done some investigation. So that's the bodge there. Apparently Z21. There is no Z21 on this board. There is no Z21. But yeah, so pin 25 is the A12 line on the CPU that apparently goes to this Z21 and then hooks into pin 14 on the Z4, which is this one here. So pin 14 is the output, and pin 25 and pin 2 actually. So pin 2 comes from Z12, which is here actually. So Z12 pin 8 goes to pin 2 on this one here, which is also the other input to this. Oh, it's not an AND gate, sorry, a NAND gate. And then the output goes to pin 14. So what to do? So I did do some investigation, and I think I've figured it out. So this is Daniel's original diagram that I've modified with the Matra Alice pin numbering that matches this. So what I discovered actually is, so I don't know if they found a gate saving somewhere, but this additional gate that we had the additional bodge chip here for is actually, they're reusing this chip here, which is the same, which is U13. So it's the same one, on the MC-10, but for some reason, I don't know, maybe they've saved a gate somewhere so they could reuse a gate here. So yeah, so I've redone it here. So I should be able to figure it out. So I need to remove these two chips, and actually let me get the board. Alright, so here's the little daughter board that I made up thanks to PCBWAY. So the way that Daniel did his original one is because they removed the two chips, and then he put the 64 the 6264 in here, and he splayed legs out and things like that. And that's because the MC-10 has got this FCC shielding over the top of this, so there's basically no space. I don't have this in the Matra Alice, so I don't have to worry about it. And in fact, I'm not going to worry about it on the MC-10 either. I'm going to leave it out. So I thought maybe a little daughter board might be much simpler. So all the rewiring's done. So it should basically just sit where this chip is, like that. And then we've got 3 fly wires that we go and connect wherever. And then I think I'm going to have to do something manually with this one, with these. So what have I got here? I forgot to put the pin numbers in when I edited it. 4, 5 and 6. I'll do a proper version of this. What was that? I think that was 4, I think that was 5, something like that. 4, 5 and 6 of Z13, something like that. So I'll just need to basically, yeah, so at the moment it's pin 25 goes to whatever, so I'll need to break that and make pin 24 go to 5 instead. The other two remain the same, so it's just these two I need to modify somehow. So I might have to pull up, I'm guessing, yeah, I'll have to have a look at the bottom of the board actually. So, but first, desolder these two with the good old solder sucker again. Right, before I just had a look. So, yeah, pin 5 on the Z13 goes to this via here, and then this goes all the way along the bottom of the board up to pin 25 there. So what I could do is, yeah, I could just cut the wire there and then connect it to pin 24, A13, and that's basically all I should have to do. So I better take some photos of all this so I can document it. Oh, alright, both RAM chips are removed, so we just need to reuse that one there. So I could, there probably is room for a socket, but this is the way I've got it here, so there should be enough room. That goes exactly where it was. Don't need to change any wiring like that. So I've got it so it overhangs the other chip that's been removed, and you can see why. This is why I did the right angle that way instead of that way, so that the keyboard wouldn't get thinking ahead for a change. Now I've got it written on here, so we've got 2 of them. Okay, one of them goes to pin 25, which is the A12, so that one goes off to pin 25 down there, and then these other 2 go off to, I think it's pin 20 and pin 21 down here, which is the additional addresses. So because the VDG can address up to 8 kilobytes of RAM, so we'll have a higher resolution. Although I don't know if the basic, I had a look at the command at the basic manual. I couldn't see anything to change like video mode, so I guess maybe that's something you've got to do in assembler perhaps. I couldn't see any easy command, but anyway. And of course we need to also do this thing up here, which I will do by just breaking that track there and moving it up to whatever pin it was, pin 24. looks easy enough, so obviously I'll make this a bit shorter. Actually there's probably a via I can use as well. Oh yeah, probably I could use that via over there. There is actually a via here. I think that via there is, I think, A12. So I can probably put it there. Alright, let me hook all this up and see if it works. There we go. Not too bad, is it? Not too bad. Pretty low profile. Yeah, as you can see, I made one small mistake there. I should have had pin 20 in the middle, pin 21, so that these wires didn't cross over. But anyway, it annoys me. Right, so that's the main bit done. Now we've just got to do this bit here. So on here, so that's pin 25. There's a via there. Which somehow connects to pin 25, which is A12. Yeah, right, so on here, again, pin 25, we just want to cut this track, I believe. I don't have my knife down here. Let me go grab it. Okay, and that is done. Hopefully you can see it. Just very simply, I've broken the track it's going to pin 25. I've just broken the track and then just exposed a bit of it and then just soldered to pin 24. Hopefully that should be all I have to do to this. So I'll do an image of this at the end as well, so if you want to pause it or whatever. Probably be on my Patreon, paid subscribers, paid Patreons. So there we go. Let's put it together and see if it works. Again, thanks to PCBWAY for supporting me doing this. Really do appreciate it. So if it does work, I'll probably upload it to their shared projects area, where you can have a look at different projects that people have created and shared with the Gerber files, and then order them directly from PCBWAY, or if they allow it, you can download the Gerbers, or you can go to GitHub and get them from there and do it somewhere else. But yeah, definitely I recommend doing it with PCBWAY if possible, because the creator gets 10% as well, which goes towards helping them out with other projects. So yeah, all right, let's put all this back together. And if you don't hear from me, you know I've messed it up. It goes in there like that. So I'll do it without the 16K. So like I said, so it's 16K blocks. So this should be in its own 16K block. So if this works, there should be about 24K free, maybe 23,000 something bytes. Now let's see. So it just goes down under there. I'll put my new keyboard connectors on here, like so. Another one down here, like so. And then there we go. Close it all up together. Hopefully it all fits. Looks pretty good. All right, let me get set up and we'll give it a try. Well, it's powered on, which is a good sign, I guess. Let's start recording. All right, let's see how much memory it's got. I haven't put this back together properly. There's a clip and stuff. Right, print, mem. Hey, cool. Oh wow, it works. All right. So we could. What could we do before? 613 is what we could do before. So let's just do, say, 700 for a start. Shift 700. Syntax error. Oh, because I forgot the variable name. A700. Cool. There we go. It seems to be working. Just print how much memory is left. There we go. Cool. Wow, I'm chuffed that's working. So thanks Daniel, and I guess thanks to me for a little bit figuring out the Matra Alice wiring. Well, that's probably been done before in French somewhere. Oh, I'm really chuffed. All right, well, let's see what it does with. Let's stop that recording, and let's see what it does with 16K. There are, for the MC-10, I assume for the Alice as well, larger expansions. But yeah, so, but I assume, you know, the games back in the day, 20K was the limit, so I guess that's what they were designed for. But anyway, let's try this one. Okay, let's see now. Start recording again. Print mem. Still only 20K. Okay. Still only 20K. I wonder if that's because of the way the ROM is. I wonder. I don't know about that. Oh, well, it's just an assumption. I didn't know if it was going to be 24K or not. But what that does mean, okay, so you might not have 24K available, but you do have 8K of VRAM, I assume. So that means that the VDG does have a higher, higher mode or whatever possible because you've got this other extra 8K. Okay. Well, I didn't know what it was going to do, so let's power that off and definitely power back on. Alright, and print mem again. Yeah, I'm happy with that. The board's working anyway, so why it doesn't work with the expansion, I don't know. But there is also, yeah, so I think that's enough for tonight. I've got the Alice Matra expansion board and everything to build next. Joystick ports, 16K and everything, so yeah, we'll do that next. Let me stop recording there. But hopefully that was of some interest, and yeah, so we've got the keyboard working and we got the internal RAM expansion working. Yeah, thanks for watching, thanks for sticking around, and I'll talk to you later.